If you struggle with getting a lot of people on your website, but not a lot of people checking out, whether you're an e-com brand or a clothing brand, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can fix that in this video. But who am I? Who's the guy with no haircut? My name is Fred Sanders. I personally scale e-com brands while I run my own e-com brands. Today we're at $2,900 just for the day. Let me show you the last 7 days. We're at 23K. And then from the beginning of January to the 15th, 1st to the 15th, we're at 53K. This is one of my own personal brands, and we help my clients run and scale the exact same brand. Now in this video, we're gonna go through 4 very important things you need to do to turn your viewers into actual customers. The first thing, we're gonna go and understand key metrics. The second is we're gonna understand that the design actually doesn't matter and what actually does. Then we're gonna fix top secret backend metrics C, A, and L. And then we're gonna show you how to fix your marketing and target the right audience. Doing all 4 of these is going to allow you to get viewers into customers. So let's get into it. First, we need to understand what the actual key metrics we need to fix are. The first is conversion rate. Now, this is purchases divided by visitors. This is actually what the title is about. And I know you're like, hey, let's just fix this one and it's done. No, there's actually the other 3 you need to go through. So don't just click off the video. You need to watch the full one. Trust me. Conversion rate, again, is how many purchases you're getting divided by the visitors. Average order value is what's the average cost of checkout that your customers actually putting at checkout. Very important thing, helps you be profitable. Lifetime order value is the repeat customers divided by the actual total purchases. So how frequently are these customers coming back? These 3 together are what I like to call the back-end metrics of your business. Overall, the lifeline of your business, super important. Now, let me briefly explain why your design doesn't matter. You may have paid someone to do your website, or you may have spent hours designing your website and you think it looks 10 out of 10. Well, let me break your heart really quick and tell you that literally does not matter in terms of having a good conversion rate, average order value, and getting visitors into actual customers, because your design alone will not increase your back-end metrics. First of all, it's just too subjective. Like, there's no real quantifiable way to say what's a good design and what's not a good design. And you can also have the best design, I've seen it with my clients, and have low back-end metrics. So you need to actually specifically fix your back-end metrics because your design just doesn't matter. So let's dive in really quickly on how you can fix C, A, and L, which stands for conversion rate, average order value, and lifetime order value. First things first is your conversion rate. Now, this is obviously super important, but it's not the end all be all. Super, super important though. You need to split test different landing pages. So what my clients typically do is we split test different high performing landing pages. We'll make, like 2, 3, 4, 5 high performing landing pages, not just, again, random designs and stuff. You need to have some actual frameworks that you're doing when you're testing these. And we're going to split test these on our ads to see which ones are working best. Facebook, you can use the pixel to see which one of your landing pages are having a good conversion rate compared to the other ones. And then typically we go with that one. So a super quantifiable way to see, what our actual landing page is performing best, rather than just like, hey, this design looks cool. We have some actual numbers to back it up. Second thing is we need to split test different offers. Now, depending on how much you're charging for your price, or maybe it's too cheap, maybe it's too expensive, you need to price your product completely correct. If you don't, it's going to lead to a low conversion rate. If your customer thinks, hey, this product is just too expensive for me, they're not going to buy it. You could be selling a shirt for $50 and your customer could be like, hey, that's just too expensive for me. But like, let's say you have that shirt for $50 and you can include a free sticker, for example, or like, hey, buy this shirt along with a free hat, and that's $50. Your customer might think, okay, that's actually a good offer for me to do. So doing different offers, different upsells, and just kind of testing out those can definitely affect your conversion rate. So you need to make sure that you're doing that. And then obviously, big key part is the third. We need to market to better audiences. If you're showing your product to a bunch of people who just simply don't care about it, obviously they're not going to start buying. That's like a small 25% of the reason why your conversion rate could be low. Obviously, the design and like actually fixing your landing page and making sure you have the right things on there is going to weigh out a lot more. But let's go on to average order value and how to increase this. This is the profit maker of your business. If your business is not profitable and you're making sales, it's most likely because you have a bad average order value. Good average order values, depending on your product, can be $100, $200, $300 on average of what your customer is spending. And we can fix this again by split testing different offers. So instead of just selling one t-shirt or, selling one toothbrush or whatever you're selling, you might be able to include a different product along with it. Like, hey, with this toothbrush, also buy this toothpaste. Or hey, with this t-shirt, also buy this hat. And then increase the price. Instead of selling it for 50, sell it for 75. Extra $25 into your pocket that you can use for marketing or just keep it as profit, right? Also, upsells, that's sort of the same thing as testing out new offers, but new offers is also like changing the price, et cetera, et cetera. But upsells is like, hey, get this, product as well. Or, hey, would you like to add this to your cart as well? Here's this toothpaste that you could add to your cart to obviously get some more money from them. Value discounts is super simple. Hey, instead of buying one t-shirt, buy 2 for 10% off, right? People love to get discounts, and I'm a victim of this as well. When I'm online shopping, I might buy one more extra because I'm getting a better deal, right? I'm getting 15% off if I'll buy 2. People love to buy those. Those crush. Going on to cross sales, This is kind of similar to upsells and then going on a free shipping unlocks. Don't just give your customers free shipping. That's something I see a lot of people do that you shouldn't be doing. Make your customers earn it. Charge very, very cheap on your shipping. So you could say like $5, $10, $15, whatever. But then tell them, hey, if you spend a certain amount of money with this, you'll unlock free shipping. And you can download apps into your Shopify to kind of gamify it and make them actually want to hit that $80 mark, which by turn, increases your average order value. Now, I want to go ahead and put a disclaimer out there. You don't want to just go in there and throw all these in there because, if you do too much on the average order value side, you can lower your conversion rate. So you must do this part correctly and figure out which ones work for your brand and which ones don't. Now, lifetime order value, I love this one because what's better than not having to pay for ads to get your customers to buy and actually building an audience, right? That's what actually makes a lot of money. So email, SMS, huge thing. Collect your customers' email at checkout, their SMS number, send them emails, different automations and stuff like that. Can increase, the times that they're coming back and buying. Obviously, giving them a good customer experience. If when they bought your product, they don't feel like you took care of them, you didn't have really fast customer support, the product overall wasn't that good, you didn't have really good packaging, the shipping time wasn't super fast, all these different things kind of build the relationship with your customer. If you're not maintaining and building that relationship in certain ways, you're not going to have your customers coming back and buying from you again. Just, think about it in a logical sense, right? And then another thing is comeback discounts. Hey, when you decide you want to buy another product with us, or hey, if your product runs out, come back and buy another one for 25% off, or hey, refer one of your friends and get 25% off. There's a lot of different ways and automations you can use to boost your LTV. And I want to let you know, for some of my brands, LTV is my moneymaker. Not having to spend money on marketing to get customers is amazing. If you have to always spend money to make money, it's not good. But with that said, let's move on to how to actually fix your marketing and targeting so you know that you're targeting the actual right audience of people who are interested in your product. And the first thing first is making sure that you're using the proper angles and you're not using poor and super bad creatives, poor angles and creatives, because then people just not going to be motivated to actually buy your product. Now, if I were to get into a little bit about what an angle is, it's like, what is the actual selling point of your product? A toothpaste can have different reasons for a person that they want to buy it. They might have teeth falling out. They might have smelly breath. They might have et cetera, et cetera. These are different selling points. The same thing with like a t-shirt or a hoodie. It might be cold outside, or they might want a super comfortable sweatshirt that they want to put on, or they might want to walk outside and be a fashion statement, or they might want to add another clothes to their wardrobe. There's different selling points that you can use. You need to test different angles to see which one resonates, with your audience the best. And then also the actual picture slash video that you're showing in front of your audience needs to be crystal clear. There needs to be certain frameworks put inside of that so that you're using a good creative, because if you don't, your customer's not going to be motivated to buy. It's the first impression that they're seeing with your brand. So if you don't set a good one, they're not going to buy. Overall, meaning you're getting a lot of viewers, but not getting customers. So testing your angles and testing your creatives on the marketing side, super huge thing. I could almost say that 60% of the side of like getting good marketing is just that right there, if I'm being completely honest. The second one is making sure that you target people who are interested, and if you're not, then you're going to get a low conversion rate, because let's say you're selling basketball clothes but you're targeting people who love golf. They just don't resonate with your product, no matter how good your angle is, no matter how good your creatives are. If you're not targeting the actual audience that you want, they're not going to resonate with your product. A great way that I do this is I'm making sure that I think about all the little things that my customer might actually be interested in. So if they love golf, I'm like, okay, they might also love country clubs. They might also love going out on Sundays. They might also love watching football and sports. They might also love going to breakfast with their family at dinner. And just making sure I can figure out all the different things that they might also enjoy and kind of make a demographic and just make overall an ICP so I can understand who my ideal customer profile would look like. Now, this brings us on to a system that I have to make sure that I'm running, profitable Facebook ads with my own brands and also my clients' brands, called the ROI ad system. First thing we're doing is testing the strategy. You're on YouTube right now figuring out how to better your brand. So 9 times out of 10, you've also seen how to do, run ad strategies on YouTube. If you've ever watched those videos, you know that every person's ad strategy is completely different. There's like 100 other ad strategies on YouTube out there, and I'm just going to be the first one to say it. All those ad strategies are just the ones that work for their brand. Every single ad strategy is completely customized to their brand. There's no cookie cutter ad strategy that you can put inside of your brand that's going to make it work. You literally need to test. And I'm going to say and tell you, I've been doing this for a decade. And again, there's no cookie cutter ad strategy. It always changes. You need to figure out what one is the best for your brand. So the ROI ad system, we're figuring out what strategy we're going to use for, the actual customer's brand, because they all are so different. You have golf people, you have brands who sell golf clothing, they have brands who sell, Christian clothing, etc., etc. Even if you're in the same niche, you might be selling to a different type of person. So it's just so subjective and it changes so much. We're figuring out what the ideal strategy is. And then again, we're testing the creatives and angles that resonate most with our audience. And then as well, we're testing the proper audience. Now, this is a strategy that we're going through in a system we're going through. There's no cookie cutter shape that we're putting in. We have to go through and test this stuff. I'm going to be the only real one on YouTube to say it. There's no, winning strategy out there. It's like, hey, what is a winning system that you can use to find the winning strategy for your brand? That's just the honest truth about it. Now, that pretty much sums up the way of how I turn my viewers to actual buying customers. If you want some personal help from me, again, like I said, I scale brands, e-com or clothing brand. You can go ahead and book a call. Go down in the YouTube description. You'll see where you can book a call with me personally. It's going to take you to a page like this. It'll go over exactly what I offer, exactly how we're going to take you from, point A to point B. If we can help, we'll schedule a call, get on that call, see if we can help, and I'll see if I can take you from A to B. If I can't help, I'll at least tell you, what you should be doing and maybe refer you to someone who can help. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you got some value from it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.